welcome. This is my first time trying to do a video like this. I've been wanting to do a video where I talk through my thought process and explained a bit more in depth about what's actually happening in the story. Just recently got the idea to do a time lapse for the visual portion. Hope you enjoy, and as always, I love criticism, just tell me what should be fixed. So, the first thing that really shows up in these episodes is the complicated relationship with Steve. As we all know, Yes/No feels betrayed by Steve, which, to be honest, is a valid reaction to your brother threatening to lock you up after just watching someone who's basically family fall to their death. Steve feels both guilty for the situation and like it wasn't completely his fault. He doesn't really want to tell Bucky what happened because he believes it's Yes/No's story to tell. At the same time, Yes/No feels that Steve should be the one to break Bucky's confidence in him because she doesn't want to harm Bucky any more than he already is. This leads to a complete shift in Bucky's perspective. Leading up to this, Yes/No is definitely higher on Buck's list, but now she's basically the whole thing with Steve barely being a footnote. It's complicated though. Bucky would still trust Steve with his life, but not necessarily with Yes/No's. This all has to be shoved aside for the good of the mission though, so the result of this doesn't get really shown anytime soon. Moving on from that, we get kinda a love confession. Bucky is finally putting into words that Yes/No is currently his top priority. Yes/No doesn't really react to this, which was intentional. She is shocked and doesn't really know how to respond, so she just doesn't. She just moves on like it didn't happen by finally greeting Wanda again. This is a coping mechanism that she developed. She just pushes it all aside and just keeps pushing forward to the next mission after mission after mission and never really deals with her issues. From there, it's just a bunch of fluff with Yes/No and Wanda catching up. You'll know speaking in Romanian. I established back in season 2 that they could both speak it, but nobody else in the area can, not even Buck. This gets brought up a few more times. It's not anything major, it's just a small detail I thought was kind of important as something special between Yes/No and Wanda. Skip forward a bit, and voila, Peter Parker. I've been establishing throughout the series that Yes/No refuses to hurt children. Believe it or not, all of that was based on this one scene. I knew I wanted her to freak out over Spidey Boy being a child, so I wrote that Yes/No is completely against hurting children. So much so that she actually broke programming a few times when instructed to hurt kids. When Peter revealed that he's 15, she snaps. She had stressor after stressor thrown at her all day, and this was just the last straw. She has a panic attack and releases her magic in an effort to calm down. It of course doesn't work and just makes Buck more worried. I didn't write it all out, but I imagine she's having flashbacks of when all the little girls were being brutally trained at the Red Room, and even herself in an initial attempt to break her own morals. She's thinking back and realizing she almost fell into the basic training she thought she'd finally broken out of. She finally snaps out of it though when the animals show up. Nimmy and Hela are able to telepathically communicate with Yes/No and finally pull her out of the panic attack. Yes/No is shaken up and is finally able to partially admit that she is not fine. This is a pretty big deal and shows just how strong the bond is growing between them. This is really shown whenever Nymeria says that she followed Yes/No's fear as if it was a physical connection between them. I'll expand further on this as the story continues, but think of the bond as if it's becoming a familiar bond. If you know, you know. I don't want to spoil too much because it actually shows up in the story. This is the last power until season 4. A few more little things in store for then, but they're really just expansions on the original powers. I'm recording this audio the day that Nymeria finally gets introduced back to the story, and man, I did not expect y'all to fall in love with her that much. I've been in love with her since before she even was introduced to the story, but seeing how many of you commented with Nymeria being back was just so exciting for me to realize that there were other people that were actually as in love with the story as I have been. Let me know if there's anything specific you want me to address in the next video, and I'll do my best to fit it in. So happy y'all are sticking around to watch the story unfold with me. I hope we continue to share our love for Marvel, specifically Bucky, for a while longer. See y'all next time and have a great week.